The camera's rolling. I'm gonna put this a little bit closer. I'm yawning because of the food we had. We just ate great. Anyway. And camera's rolling, so everything is content. I typically, I don't have an introduction for my interviews, but I do come into my interviews with grace. So like I've told everybody who's come to my channel, one, you can look at me, look at the camera all the time. This is an interview, but it's a conversation between two people. So with that being said, first and foremost, thank you for coming to my channel. Big shout out to Chris. I'm gonna make sure to give him his flowers towards the end, but you are within the realm of cosplay, also within the realm of fitness. I've seen some of the things that you have cosplayed as, and I said, hey, well, let me ask somebody first, because you know, social anxiety and shit. But let me network this to have you come down and sit down and tell us your story. So with that being said, thank you so much for coming to my channel, telling your story in cosplay, fitness, whatever, to my audience. That's typically how I do my introduction. So with that being said, please introduce yourself, and we'll just go from there.
Well, first off, thank you for inviting me, and also thank you to Chris for extending the opportunity to me to be able to speak on your platform. So originally, I am from Portsmouth, Virginia. I was born there.
Hey, VA.
Yeah. Technically, I'm a Navy brat, along with my sister. I have a younger sister, about 2.5 years younger than I am, and my parents, they were both in the Navy. They both met in the Navy, and we moved around a lot, like Louisiana, Florida, ended up in Virginia, and then down here.
So with that being said, where did your love for anime start? Like, how old were you when you were introduced to anime?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say I was introduced to anime around 4 or 5 years old.
Chris, can you make sure the camera's still going? It's the anxiety going. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're right. So about 4 or 5 years old, I was introduced to anime. And my very first anime was actually Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Like the original, like Kid Goku Dragon Ball and all that?
So it was, I want to say it was either Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of fuzzy as far as memory-wise, but.
So like, what do you recall? Like the first, like what? I'm pretty sure because we all didn't watch them in order, but like, what episode was on that you can recall? Like when you first was introduced to anime, like was it him fighting Piccolo? Was it him fighting Tien? Did he meet his pervy man? So what was on at that time?
I feel like it was around the time when he was fighting Piccolo. Like,
Okay. Towards the back end, before King Piccolo or his son?
Well, King Piccolo, and then he fought his son like towards the end of Dragon Ball,
Okay.
and then I got